Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian.
And I'm Joey.
This, everybody, is episode 229 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you're new here, this podcast is about gravel bikes, adventure bike, bikepacking, bike camping, or just playing bikes. This week, Joey, we are going to talk about my weekend adventures in northern central Pennsylvania at the Tour de Shunk.
Yeah, you got shunked.
Mm-hmm. Outside of Canton, Pennsylvania. Eric put on a beautiful weekend.
Where's that on the mitten?
Right at the top of the middle finger.
Is that you stomping or the dog?
Huh?
Who's stomping?
I did. I put my foot down. I'm sorry.
I'm putting my foot down. I've been listening to other podcasts. I hate 10 minutes of, here's our sponsors.
Oh, well, we do this so quick. But
we don't get paid for any of this.
We do have to check with Philip because the discount code apparently is not working at Cutaway.
We got like two Patreon people. We're about to go bankrupt.
So do we want to just?
So if we want to get some real sponsorships,
okay, we're not doing that this week. We're gonna we're dumping straight into. We're gonna put some stuff in the show notes for Salt Stick.
Go to any cycling website and just try Love You Buy or FF23 Reigns in the discount codes or GTD20, and it might work for your discount. That might work on Cutaway, Salt Stick, or Orange Bud.
Well, they are generous discount offers that they give our listeners, but you're right, we don't get anything out of that. We get nothing out of that. I wonder if do you think people think that we've got all these sponsors and
now we're spending the 9 minutes talking about processing,
but we haven't talked about who
we need
they
to
are.
unionize.
We're skipping all of it.
What if podcasters unionized?
Well, then we would only 3 podcasts would strike at a time. And then, the podcast supply chain would be... No, we're not doing that. We're not striking. We're going to have some discount codes and some links in the show notes for some stuff that you might want to check out. Go over there and check it out. So that's that. We don't have a crack of the week because I'll
open another Topo Chico later.
I opened my Topo Chico. I did a premature calculation. But
You consumed your alcohol this weekend for a month.
Oh, I did too. For like a whole month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was too bad. Hey, one thing before we get to talking about all of that, I have ordered a new piece of equipment. Are you familiar with Tailfin? No, that's September 26th. It's supposed to be
next week.
Yeah. It's supposed to be next week.
Do you remember? Do you ever watch Dennis the Menace?
Yeah,
Mr. Wilson with the chiclets.
No, I don't remember that.
I want to find that.
Find it.
Put it on our Instagram.
Are you familiar with Tailfin?
Taylor Swift. Tailfin Nutrition.
No, Tailfin. It's a rear bike rack.
Oh yeah.
And bag system. And I'm going to give it a go. I've talked to the folks in the UK. We had a week-long back and forth, and I'm going to give Tailfin rack and bags a try. I'm going to go through a bag purge. Oh, I didn't bring you that bag. You asked me to bring you that bag. I'm sorry, I didn't bring that bag. Oh, God, goodness. Oh, that's from the movie, not from the TV show. That's Walter Matthau, right? Is that guy's name?
Yeah, from Grumpy Old Men.
Wonder if he's still living. Doesn't matter.
I know people have been using those as I've seen them, but I watched the Mahalo, My Dude.
Mm-hmm.
They did the 3 different styles of bikepacking last week on YouTube or this week. And Old Man Mountain's got some sleek racks that look really nice.
Really?
Yeah, and they did a gravel bike, like a trail style mountain bike, and then downhill bikes. It's pretty funny.
Well, this rack is transferable between my mountain bike, my gravel bike. You can even put it on my road bike if I wanted to.
Does it use the through axles?
Yeah, uses the through axles, and it's got these little nubbins that stick off.
You have to get a different through axle for each bike that has a different thread pitch and length.
I would, but I've got one that's universal. I got their universal through axle, and it's got a different button end so that you can change the thread pitch on the through axle piece.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound drinky or anything.
We'll find out. We'll find out. But yeah, I could always go and just order a through axle
They're like $50 a piece though.
with the thread. They weren't that much. They were like 30.
Well, I mean, like if you go to Robert Axle Project or something, yeah, some of these are like
They were I think,
like through axles.
30
So I get
bucks.
doing the universal as far as it'll be as universal for universal stuff.
Well, they did recommend it to me because of the way that the Otso with the sliding rear dropout
Mhm.
has that sort of a shroud that comes out over. They're like, you'll have a better experience and a more better, not a more better, but a better fit.
Yeah.
Out of the box if you go with the universal because it's got some spacers you can put on it that takes the little nubbins on the end of the through axles. But I like the
Is
idea.
that all carbon? Isn't that like a $400 rack?
Yeah, it's not a cheap rack. Well, we're working together. I'm working with them,
Oh yeah.
so we'll see how.
I gave you the GTD code at 15% off.
I just explained to him who I was and that I was a poor podcaster and a very poor.
Oh, maybe we actually
tour leader, and they gave me $5 off. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm in the money now.
Is that euros or because aren't they from the UK?
They're from the UK. Yeah, I did have
Yeah.
to pay in
So-
euros. I had to go through a whole conversion thing, and I had to buy crypto.
Oh.
And then there was some guy in the middle. He was a Nigerian prince. I had to send him money, and so I'm hoping it's real. I'm hoping
hope
these
so.
things actually show up. So I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah.
I am going to go through a bag purge, and we talked about that.
Yeah.
I've got so many bike bags, and you've done this before. So I'm going to go through it and do it.
Yeah, and I've rebought some of those bags.
Do what?
I've like bought new versions of some of those bags too.
I know. Yeah.
I'm in the middle of making a couple bags for my rasket right now, like my own bag.
Ah, you're still the
There's
sewing thing.
Wizard Works makes a bag specifically for the rasket that I use,
Mhm.
but that's about it.
Okay, so is the bag going to give you the opportunity to like go into the shopping center or the store or the grocery
No.
store and bring your bag in and load all your things up and then just put it on
No,
the
not like
basket?
that. It kind of just fits in there nice and perfectly, and
It locks everything in.
yeah, I still have that all city bag that was like $50 for. But I think it'd be cool to have like a rasket bag.
So when you go to the store,
Yeah,
And you
which I
pull it
did
all your
yesterday.
and you put all your stuff in that basket, and then when you get to the house, you just bring that whole bag in the house. Is
I
that
carry like a little. It looks like a little doctor's thing from like the '60s or '50s or '40s.
Hey, you're a traveling doctor.
I look like Doc from
House calls.
the Field of Dreams.
Well, I'm curious. I'm curious. Once this shows up, I will give a long term review once I open the box, and let everyone know.
I would just do the long-term review now.
I could probably. I saw a lot of people using them in West Virginia. There was a lot of them. I don't think they were all. They make a carbon and an alloy version
Mhm.
of the rack, and the carbon. It was just looks so much cooler. So I went with carbon because it's cooler. I don't know. I told him, I said, if y'all give me a discount, then I will rock the carbon. Otherwise, I'm going to have to rock the alloy, and my experience will be less than something I want to brag about all the time to all my friends and say, look at all the carbon fiber. So, the little thing, the videos.
Yeah.
They're all over the Tic Tacs. So, okay, you want to do Strava Club?
You went in.
Do you have it in front of you? Or do you
Yeah.
have anything you want to talk about? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the world.
No, I'll do Strava Club, then I'll give him a little chit chat with top
work.
100 rider. I did proofread this one time. Lindsay O'Connor from Lexington, Kentucky, with 172.1. Lee Turkle from Beaver, Pennsylvania, with 139.1, and Kathy Gustine from Phoenix, Arizona, with 153.1.
Well, they're all 0.1s. I didn't notice that.
Oh,
So play 111
Symmetry.
in the lottery.
you only needed 116.8 to break in the top 100, and then we don't know how many people we have in our club.
900.
900
I didn't
exactly.
Put it in 900.
Perfect. Strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
Jess, you want to come say hi to all the people? Just say hello. No, you have to come say it in the microphone, and they'll never hear you. Yeah, just come, just say hello. Just all the people want to hear your voice. You can go to Joey's microphone, or you can come to my microphone. Either one. Come on, St. Jude hero.
Hello.
How's school going?
Great.
Good. Okay, I'll let you go. I know you're going back to schoolwork.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Well, that was entertaining.
I don't care. It's our podcast show. We can do whatever we want. You want to put Blake on the mic next? Let's put Blake up. Let's get Blake
No,
up.
I had multiple phone calls today where Blake was just sitting there going, "Oh," like howling at me, and then people were like, "Is that like Gloria?" Curtis was like, "Is that Blake singing to you?"
I came in the shop today, and he wouldn't come out from behind the workbench.
Yeah, he's
It was weird.
lately he's been afraid of invisible barriers.
Okay, it was definitely like, why won't you come past that?
So quick Blake update last week. So now this is a big Blake update. I've been known, especially over the summer, to let Jess sleep in. I was getting up like at 4:30, 5 o'clock because Blake was waking me up to get food. Because he gets fed at 5 o'clock during the school year when Jess goes to the gym. So probably like 3 weeks ago, we got an automatic pet feeder. But we found out probably a week and a half ago that there was a 1 a.m. like just alarm thing, or 1 a.m. feeding going on.
So Blake was getting
It
up.
was only like a fraction of a cup, like a little bit. But, and then like we have to sleep with our door open now, and I probably shouldn't be broadcasting this, like where I live, but like I hate sleeping with the door open
Okay.
in our bedroom. Like I just like.
Well, you're not supposed to because of fire.
Yeah, well, the fire guy.
You're supposed to, shot.
So we would sleep with the door open. So half the nights Blake sleeps down here on the couch or in his bed. He likes this little cubby under our table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why it's still big. Some nights he'll start out in the bed, but last week he started out in the bed, and like at 12:57, he was sitting at the bot. Like he had his butt on one stair, like sitting, and then his paws on. Like, it was kind of cute, but he was like howling because like the gate was a little too close up against the wall, and there's a little invisible barrier.
Oh, poor Blake.
And then 2 minutes later, his feeder went off. So like he is like timed. So yesterday, I shut off the 1 o'clock and reset it all.
Mm-hmm.
We made it through the night.
So you didn't know there was a 1 o'clock feeding going on?
Not at first.
Okay.
So
All
Blake did.
Yeah, of course he did. He heard it go out, and he was like, okay.
That being said, yeah, this week, he's gotten to the habit of after it's 6 o'clock. Like we've actually made it just past 6. Or I get up right before 6 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, it's been good. But he'll wait for a second breakfast because he's at 1 feeding, which is like a 2/3 or a cup at 5 a.m.
Uh-huh.
And then 1 at 6 a.m. And then he comes up and gets in bed and goes back to sleep like a bum.
It's a good life, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
It's a great life.
I did make him walk to work today, so still carless. Everyone, I ran all my errands on my space horse yesterday.
I saw that you're like going to be carless now until like November, right?
I'm assuming November because they say October, and I know it's going to get pushed, which is fine as long as I beat late January, February when we get like nasty cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. But yeah, no, we walked to work today. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Yesterday I was supposed to go on a long ride, and then the rain just kept getting pushed later and later.
Yeah.
So I finished fully setting up the dynamo setup on my rodeo, front and rear.
I've lost track of all the days. Today's Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it's the day Stuart's father left.
Yeah. Gotcha. I know we bounce back and forth between Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
I wake up some mornings trying to figure out what day it is. Like, am I off? Am I not off?
Yep.
Am I going to work?
Yep.
Am I retired yet?
It's not all it's cracked up to be. Hey, Tour de Shunk. So, Canton, Pennsylvania, town of about 2,000 people. The Canton Cycling Club and Rocky's Bicycle Shop put on this ride.
Yes.
If you're familiar,
Nope.
The northern end of the Pine Creek Rail Trail, the Pine Creek Valley Rail Trail, the Little Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania, is about maybe half hour or 45 minutes west. So to give yourself some bearing, we are above Williamsport in Canton, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And it's right
up there.
Yeah, it's way up there. It's right on the edge of where all those ridges that form that Little Grand Canyon, you can sort of see them plateauing out. And it's just a super cool little drive. When you leave Williamsport, home of Little League World Series, and head north, you enter in, just like you do when you ride Pine Creek Valley Rail Trail, you enter into all those little folds. And just really just a beautiful, beautiful area. So the Tour de Shunk started like over 20 years ago. And I'm going to say this up front. Everybody should put this ride, the gravel version at least. I have no idea the road ride, because the gravel version is new within the last few years. Everybody should put this ride on their radar and look at it for next year, because absolutely beautiful, beautiful gravel roads. Just, they are not all state forest roads. And, a state forest road doesn't get a lot of use, but a gravel road that's for commerce, for that people ride in their daily business operations.
Loudoun County.
Yeah, they tend to be a little smoother, a little hard pack, but you don't have that volume of traffic that you do have on like a hard top tarmac road. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. So the gravel version of this ride started just a few years ago. They had 160 some odd riders this year. Yeah, there it is. 168 total registered. Not too many people no-showed. There was, looks like probably about a third of that was the road ride. So it looks to me like the numbers for the gravel ride have quickly kind of like surpassed that original road version. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
We did get a lot of rain. God, it was pouring
Are
rain
you
again.
serious?
Yes.
I thought it was dry.
So when we got up there, and I want to talk about the ride first and then talk about the weekend. So on ride day, we had clear weather, kind of cloudy in the 60s up until about the third of the way through the ride. I did the 75-mile version, the 75-mile route with Ted and Larry. And about a third of the way into that, so at about the 25-mile mark, the rain started pouring. And it was one of those not light, not hard rains, just right on you. And it was
And it just followed you, didn't it?
yeah, it never stopped. And we'd think it would start to clear, and no, it didn't. The ride goes through let me see here. It starts by going out of Rockies with a climb up the old S and NY Railroad grade. That is the Susquehanna and New York Railroad, which ran a short line railroad from the Lehigh Valley Railroad at Towanda, Pennsylvania, to the top. I think it looks like it says Marsh Hill, somewhere like that. It was 45 miles in length in northeastern Pennsylvania. So it was one of the old lumber railroads they would use to pull the lumber out. So the ride actually started on that grade. It was beautiful. It really was. Maybe you had some steep pitchy sections that would kick up to 8-10%, but the most of the ride going out those first 22 miles was just a really nice 2 to 3%, but it was consistent. You didn't get a lot of down on that. You had a 22-mile climb to get up to the top to get into Shunk, which is a little town, which I think consists mainly and maybe only of a fire station and maybe a little general store. Nice little town. We had the aid station there, very well stocked. They're making sandwiches. They had all the stuff you need. They had obviously water, Gatorade, bananas. They had all the things you need and not any of the stuff that you didn't. Sometimes you go to those aid stations and they're just so overblown with stuff. This one, I mean, it was obviously put on by people who ride bikes, because there were definitely all the things that you needed and none of the things that you didn't. That makes sense. I've actually set pudding out at rest stops on some of our tours. Would you eat a cup of pudding?
Oh, heck yeah, I would.
Would you
Vanilla
really? Oh, they never go anywhere.
pudding? Oh,
People
I mean,
don't.
tapioca, no.
No,
Was there Uncrustables or Whoopie Pies?
no Uncrustables. Did no whoopie pies either. There was a spaghetti dinner at the end,
Oh.
which was kind of cool.
They should have done that in the beginning.
Much different. So then once we passed through Shunk, we descended for a loop on the backside of the route. It's kind of a figure eight where you came in and you looped in, and then you swung around through Shunk, and then you looped out, and the loop on the backside went through the Loyal Sock State Forest.
Oh, yeah.
And then we came back.
I think I got a purple lizard of that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Really? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
They're Pennsylvania game lands. They're not state forest. It's a game land. Loyal Sock's a state forest, but there are also a lot of the roads we were on earlier were state game lands. So we came back, and this is just good planning. The aid station was right back there again. So we did 25 miles to climb up to the aid station, then a big loop with a bunch of ups and downs and some punchy climbs, some really, really, really punchy climbs. On the backside at about mile 30, we started a climb that went up to probably about a 3-mile climb. Averaged in, I'm going to say probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 5% average over 3 miles. So it was consistent. It's Rousby Hall Road for 3 miles.
Oh, that sucks.
And it was all gravel. And by this time, the rain had started. So, that is what it is. And it was really pretty. The gravel, like I said, was nice and hard pack. You had these punchy climbs, but the punchy climbs didn't go on forever. And then you'd meet some like rolly sections, and then here's another little climb, and then you'd have some rolly, and then you'd have a down, and then here's another up. We had an up that started at about mile 42 that climbed, I want to say, for about 4 miles gravel. Again, not a steep grade, but a couple of little punchy spots along the way. But along 4 miles, maxed out grade at 7%, average grade 3%. So long climb. But again, on nice gravel, whatever. It was just a really nice, pleasant day. With that many people on the course, you didn't see people all day long. You saw people occasionally. But Larry and Ted were very gracious and stuck with me. I was having some brake issues on the bike. We were talking about that today, and you've
some
corrected
dirty
that for me.
brakes.
Yeah, and yeah,
And a loose spoke.
and a loose spoke. That's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. But that all came back together nicely today. Thank you for taking care of that today. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Beautiful ride. Like I said, I would absolutely positively recommend this to anybody and everybody who's looking for a little gravel adventure. They do it in the middle of September every year. The road ride, that looks a little rough. 107 miles, over 10,000 feet. I think somebody said there was 12,000 feet of climbing in this year's.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. There was a 50-mile option on the gravel one where you got to the aid station in Shunk, and then you turned around and you didn't ride back the same way you rode in because that was another loop. So it was a different, you didn't go up and come back down. That's not how it worked. You went up one side of this and then popped into Shunk, and then you came down another side of it. So it's kind of cool. And good gravel. Everywhere you went, gravel. I think you look at the Ride with GPS on the event that they have, and not all of the Ride with GPS really needs to up their game and actually mark gravel as gravel on routes, because they've got it listed as 60.
You write to them about that?
Somebody should. I don't know if they'd listen. 62% of it says that it's paved. There's no way. It's probably flip-flopped. It was probably more like 60 to 70% of it was unpaved versus paved roads. So, but like I said, there was a 50-mile option, and they also did a really cool thing with a 10-mile sort of out and back ride that was aimed at kids, and that left from Shunk. So you started in the middle with the kids met in the middle, so that you'd avoided that road section at the beginning and sort of that congestion, and traffic went straight into the forest, and did a 10-mile ride from there, which was all along sort of the top of the ridge. So really just smart, just super, super smart. It was a fantastic way to do it. Tires, I rolled my 38s, which probably in hindsight, I could have had a little more beef on that.
Pathfinders?
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. And it was also the slicks. I think just having a little bit of bite would have been helpful. I didn't really have any problems on ride day. The day before, we went out and did some pre-stuff, and I could have used a little bit more tread on some of those. So, all in all, a fantastic ride.
Your 38s are now 41s.
Yeah, we did measure those today, and I thought they were a little wider. But that probably just means my 42s are actually 44s.
Ooh,
Maybe.
and your 44s are now 46s.
Whoa, it's like mind blown.
47s because they went up by 3 mils.
Let's see. So now let's back up. Now I would, and then there was a spaghetti dinner at the end.
Was it good spaghetti?
Yes, it was. It was good spaghetti. They had all kinds of different kind of meat sauces. They had salads. They had all sort of nibbles and
Garlic
stuff
bread?
like that going on. Rocky's is a cool little bike shop that has a skate park right in front of it, like the old wooden ramp builds kind of thing. Kind of fun. I think they do paintball stuff in there, just like everybody. They're
Paintballs while you skateboard?
Could you imagine?
That'd be fun.
What would be fun would be ride your bike with the paintballs and then shoot the people that are riding skateboards with the. Well, they could shoot back. It could be like I don't know. Anyway, so the whole of the weekend, I haven't even started on the weekend. Eric and Angie were just fantastic hosts. They invited a bunch of folks up for this gravel weekend. We rolled in on Friday. They had dinner prepped for us. We stayed at this beautiful Airbnb that is in Eric's family. In fact, Eric grew up there. And they prepared breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and coolers full of beer and food, and were just so generous. And I can't thank all y'all enough, because we had such a great time. Larry was there, Ted was there, a bunch of other friends, their friends, which are now our new friends. I don't really want to go through all the names because I don't know, but there was just a bunch of people there, and it was a lot of fun. Jesse was there. I do have smoked pistachios.
Oh.
So I brought home a little bag of smoked pistachios. Jesse was there with his wife, Megan, who made some banging chocolate chip cookies and cranberry muffins. Just fantastic food. Pulled pork. We had charcuterie boards, very, very fancy brown liquor, all the things. It was fantastic, fantastic weekend. And then on Saturday, Eric organized a choose your own adventure kind of thing where you could leave from the house and ride 10 miles out to a state park. There was also then a 10-mile loop out of the state park where we had lunch set up, where Angie had gone and set up lunch. And then there was from lunch another 10-mile sort of loop back to the house that we stayed at. So we got 30 miles and probably about 3,000 feet of elevation on Saturday. And then the ride was Sunday. And then we all left Monday morning. There was one little section, Eric, I'll still get you back for this one. He put a little thing on the out, which was probably one of the toughest hills I've come across. It was legitimately wicked. It was a mile, I think 9/10 of a mile at like 14% grade on loose gravel, like big round baby doll head kind of gravel. And I actually ended up having to walk most of it.
So you need to get off, right?
I had to get off the 38s when in the slicks. Every time I stood up to try to like get any traction, the wheel just went right out from underneath me because it was really dusty. Saturday was dry, Sunday was wet, but Saturday was
You need
really
multiple
dry.
wheels.
I do. That would be anybody
Big
want to?
crew.
I should start a GoFundMe for another set of Terras.
You can get Terra C's. They're on sale still.
No, I don't think I can pull the trigger on that. But it's smart. It'd be a smart move. So we did that on Saturday Saturday. Just beautiful riding with a whole bunch of people. Nice group. Just all the people that stayed at the house came out on Saturday. Larry was there. Ted didn't make it for the Saturday ride, but Ted was there by the time we got back on Saturday. And all in all, they have a lot to offer in that north central Pennsylvania. So we were above what unpaved roads would have been. So
Yeah.
all in all, geez, wow. Fantastic. And there's also, Eric was telling me that they have developed like a 400 and some odd mile bikepacking route out of Canton as well. So there's a lot of opportunities up there, and there's just so much gravel. And I was looking at gravel maps and roads. I was comparing roads that I rode on the ride with what gravel maps had indicated. And there's so much more gravel. I guess it's just everywhere than what gravel maps has indicated. So maybe we'll get you up there next year.
Maybe.
That's a tough time.
Sounds like I'd do that, and then I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that
You got like really pampered.
we were really pampered, but even beyond being really, so even if you take
Was
that
the house
out,
haunted?
maybe a little bit, and that was
First
actually
thing I told you.
It was a beautiful house. We stayed at Rock Girt Bed and Breakfast, which you can find on Airbnb. It sleeps 14 people. It has 5 bedrooms.
Yes, I would definitely have to sleep in a room with you up there.
Full kitchen.
Someone
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
I would not sleep in
And
alone.
it's old. It was built like in the 1880s.
Oh yeah, it's haunted.
By some bishops. In fact,
Definitely.
the backstory, one of the
You're not
bishops,
making it any better.
the backstory is one of the bishops wrote the song "O Little Town of Bethlehem," and it's on 30 acres. And there's a little swimming pond.
Oh, boy.
There's a dock with a diving board on it and a ladder to get at. So it's a legit swimming pond. It was a little too chilly to go
Anyone
swimming.
scan that with a garment or something? Not like a fishing garment. Might be bodies down there.
Ain't no telling. I was gonna bring some tackle and
Sonar.
try it, but it wouldn't have had any time, and that's fine. Beautiful, beautiful place. Rock girt bed and breakfast. Absolutely gorgeous. I can't recommend it. I can't recommend all of these places enough. And like I said, everybody should put Tour de Shunk on their radar for next year. Hopefully, they will be able to accommodate a few more people if we decide to bring a crowd next year. Because I think it would be fantastic. My only thing that I could say is they could probably market a little bit better. Not to be critical, and I think they know that. It's a manpower issue, though. And I think you've also got state forest concerns where the state forest doesn't want you putting a bunch of stuff down as
You
well.
guys upload it, though?
Yeah, I had it uploaded. But there were a few glitches in the ride with GPS. And this always happens for me. And I have been riding, I think, events and races and all these things in the rain, with it pouring the rain since July. And Ted, yes, I did get a little grumpy towards the end of the day, I think, with the rain. So when it rains, it's real hard to use your phone because your fingers are cold and the phone's wet. Anytime your phone is wet, trying to use a touch screen. So sometimes it was hard to kind of like find the route on the ride with GPS, even though I had it right there on my bars. So that'd be it. And you'd come to an intersection, and if it hadn't been raining, I don't think I'd ever would have noticed it. But just some directional arrows on the signage would have made a little bit helpful. Just to, you can take a black Sharpie and put, like, especially where the courses overlap, because that figure 8 does overlap in a couple of spots. And like right at the end of the day, I literally almost went for another loop. I almost went left when I should have gone. I mean, I almost turned left and I should have gone right. I did go right, but after I stood there looking at things and trying to like digest it and get my phone to work for about 5 minutes. So at the end of the day, it's petty, it's minor, but, and if that is the biggest thing that I can come up with regards to improvement for an event, doing pretty damn good. So hats off to Canton Cycling Club. Hats off to Rockies. Cool little bike shop. Again, with the rain and everybody's so cold, it was hard to like spend time at the end of the day at some of these places because you just literally were just trying to get warm. You're just trying to get warm and get dry. So it would have been it would have been so much more fun. I think I would have loved to have had the opportunity to spend some time at Rockies in the bike shop talking to some of the people, but it was just, people were diving in, they were grabbing food, trying to get warm, and then they were jumping in cars and heading out.
You went skateboarding while they ate
No
spaghetti.
No skateboarding,
Paintballing?
no spaghetti skateboarding. So, have any questions on the Tour de Shunk, Joey?
No, it sounded miserable.
You mean it sounded grand? It sounded grand. So like I said, definitely recommend Tour de Shunk to everybody. Look at it. I think they've already got the dates out there for 2024. And Eric again, Angie, Angie's parents were there, and they'll get to meet Eric's parents because they run the Airbnb. And Will was there. Oh, I forgot to tell Jess when I just saw her. Will said to make sure to say hello to Jess. So I don't know if she can hear me upstairs.
Oh, yeah. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ma!
Meatloaf.
All right. Anything from your world, Joey? You got anything going on? What's going on in the bike shop?
Bike shop's chugging along. We got the big St. Mary's Centuries backs this weekend down here, so we're a little busy. And we got a little.
Today, there were a bunch of people getting their bikes worked on.
Little triathlon up the road called Parker's Creek Challenge. So it's like bike canoe and run or bike kayak and run.
Mm-hmm.
So we do aid for that, and we got SAG for St. Mary's Century all on Saturday. It's gonna be a busy day.
It's gonna rain too, isn't it?
Yep.
Supposed to be going to Ted's this weekend. Sorry, Ted. I'm not sure if I'm gonna ride in the rain. I'm gonna camp in the rain, but I might go up there. I may go up just to hang out, but I'm not sure I'm gonna take a bike and ride in the rain anymore. I may be done riding in the rain for 23.
Yeah, that's going on this weekend. No, we've got busy stuff. We started up our consistently. The mountain bike rides have been back on Thursday nights. I canceled.
Mm-hmm.
I've been leading 2 rides a week. Taking a toll. Yeah. So we canceled the average show on Saturday, which is good. But no, like I said, we're planning a big Halloween party at Jubilee Farms last Thursday.
Really? Oh, nice.
Last Thursday night of October. We're going to close up shop early, like at 3:00, go set up. Then we're going to use the barn and everything and go ride and just have a big old costume party. Like, you don't have a costume, you can't come.
Oh, cool. I got a costume. I got a costume.
You just have a little name tag like Jim.
Book
hole
face.
punch.
Book face.
Yeah.
Tell me. So that's a good timing though, because I brought my mountain bike wheel in today to get
Oh
it
yeah.
fixed.
Well, you can ride your outside. I probably won't
No,
ride.
I would enjoy that little route.
Yeah.
I think a lot more on a mountain bike.
Yeah.
It kind of beat me up a little bit on the road bike. So
Just trying to get into the fall rhythm. Although it's
Mhm.
been a busy September. September's almost over,
I know
which is ridiculous.
2023 is almost over. As
Yeah.
soon as you enter into the end of September, the beginning of October, you start thinking about it's Hollow Thankmas.
Halloween's everywhere now.
Halloween,
I do
straight
like
into
Halloween.
Thanksgiving. Right? Do you really?
It's fun.
That's like one of my least favorites.
There's something about Halloween and thinking back as a kid
Yeah.
that I think I enjoy. That's why I like Halloween.
Okay.
We don't get like really into it, but
Mhm.
there's something fun about Halloween. And I don't know if it's just a childhood memory.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of want to do a big barn party, like on a farm
That sounds like fun.
in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, kind of creepy. I'm definitely getting my chainsaws.
That sounds like fun.
I'll even leave the chains on for everyone.
God, I'm already crossing my fingers for decent weather. Maybe I should say that I won't come. That
Oh.
will give you give you.
Well,
good
worst
weather.
case is we still have the barn.
It's true
Like
that.
a very nice not furnished, but yeah, no, it's furnished.
Yeah.
Furnished-ish. So that's kind of going on. I'm just trying to get some other stuff in the works. Trying to have I want to have a big Christmas party, but I don't know if we should have it like the week before Thanksgiving as like because everyone like once you get past Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
at the shop, like everyone's got so much stuff going on. So we had a like mid-November Christmas party,
Mhm.
holiday party, Festivus party.
There it is. You get a Festivus.
Yeah, we'll get a poll and everything.
Festivus for the rest of us.
We'll air all the grievances at
I'm
once.
like, oh no, we don't want to do that. No, that's private time, Joey. That's me and you just get to air grievances between us.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was thinking of today, do we have it? Yeah, like middle of November. Like I know my mom's work party. Like sometimes they have their work party either like in January or early November.
I think the one that happens after the holidays is a bit of a letdown. I like the idea of doing a holiday party before Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Yes, I do. I like that a
I think
lot.
so.
I like that a lot.
I'm trying to figure out. I really want to go to the Broken Bell Cross, which is the 28th of October. So not that Saturday. We're in Philly again because that's in Philly with Paper Trail. We're in Philly a couple times in November, thank God. Because Jess is doing the Philly half,
Okay.
like November 18th, the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like feeding the fix because Philly Bike Expo isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go to our faux place, get Philly food, which we've done the last couple of years.
Yeah, it is. Nice.
We're gonna stay the weekend. I'm gonna go riding. I'm gonna take the bike, take the Flanimal, and then I want to go to Broken Bell, which is the 28th of October, which is a couple days after our Halloween party.
Well, don't forget too. We've got Croatan Campfire.
We got Croatan Campfire the first week of November.
November 3rd and
Yeah, I
4th.
should probably quit my job so I can go to more stuff. It's much easier.
Having to pay for stuff when you don't have a job, that's no fun.
I'll just I'll slip and fall somewhere.
I'm looking forward to Croatan Campfire.
I'm looking. Yeah, hopefully we have 2 cars by then. Or Jess is gonna have to bum my parents' car. I'm rooftoping that one.
Or is she coming to Croatan Campfire?
Probably not.
Okay.
Um,
I know. It's tough, man. And when
I
you're a teacher,
realize the fall goes by so fast for us. There's so much stuff going on. We got unpaved in a few weeks, technically.
Mhm. That's
so
coming
much
up real
going on.
quick.
Yeah,
We should probably have Dave on to talk about that.
I think we should.
Let's do that, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave. We'd like to get you on.
Dave still listens.
I think he does. Dave,
maybe.
I know Dave.
We'll find out. He'll text us.
He might be until after, but I'm sure.
Yeah, sure. I think that's it. Like I said, I've just been rambling.
Super bummed to miss unpaid this year.
I don't know what I'm going to do. They were looking for volunteers the other day.
Really?
Just want to go up and enjoy the weekend, whether I ride or I do like to ride my bike.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I missed my long ride because the rain kept getting pushed. So I need a couple more long rides. Not that they're long, but I like to.
It gives you the legs.
I'm going to go do the 50 miler. I want to do a couple 60s before then.
Now,
So.
you're doing it on the single speed?
No.
Doing unpaid on a single speed?
No. My problem right now, I'm in that mood that happens every it's like a solar eclipse. How many times does that happen? Like
Uh-huh.
every few years where like I really, really love my Flanimal and I think everyone knows that. And, like I love riding my All City too, but like I stare at my Cannondale. I'm like, why do I have this ridiculous $6,000-$7,000 road bike?
Well,
That I'm like, I
I
just don't
can't
need
do
this
that.
thing. And then No, I've been running my rodeo on 32s. Like I said,
Nice.
it's nice and comfortable. Like I said, I know it's heavy, but it's like I'm not going out blasting everything.
I have been enjoying the 38 on the
Yeah.
road on the Otso.
I think the tire. I need to get another. Like I haven't seen some of those tires, those Mondos,
Mhm.
because I put some more in my employee cart.
Oh, for my Roubaix?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I need to check on the
show
status
up.
of some of those because I want to get some 35 slicks for the rodeo.
That'd be nice.
And
Yeah.
then
Ooh.
yeah,
Yeah, why do you need that Cannondale?
that's what I'm saying. Well, I've been running the 32s, which I love, but those Roubaix tires are almost dead. No need to knock on wood. They've been running really good. I like those GPs, but yeah, and I like metal wheels. Like I love my carbon Revals. You want to buy my Terra CLs for full price?
Could I give you a little own bonus on top since you were the ones that they were used and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
yours?
Yeah.
I'd pay you a little
10%.
extra.
Yeah.
10% on top?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I
Deal.
upgraded the Star Ratchet, so there's
Cool.
that.
Deal. Got it. I just spent more money on wheels.
Yeah,
Nice.
and
And
a lot of
bonus.
wheels. I got wheel problems. I got a set of. I got
got
my
wheelie
Chris Keaton
problems.
wheels upstairs. I got
Really big problems.
another. There's like multiple sets of wheels up there.
You don't need all those wheels.
Yeah, I don't need it. I don't need all these
You don't
bikes. I
need
just
all
need.
these
I just need
bikes.
like a set or two, and then my Flanimal.
You know? Yeah.
My dilemma right now is if my Flanimal wasn't so cool.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the Rust Flanimal,
Mhm.
and I didn't want my road, like I would totally like ditch the Synapse, and I would just get a tie Flanimal.
Hmm.
I'm cool about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 33. I got to wait a couple more years.
No,
to
you
get
got a few more
titanium.
years. Yeah, titanium.
35. That's my rule.
You got to wait just a little bit longer.
But if it wasn't the nostalgia of the Rust Flanimal,
Such a beautiful bike, too.
I would totally dump both of those bikes. Keep some of the parts and get a titanium frame.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe I could get a rusty tie bike, and that'd be really a showstopper. Because people are like, "What are you doing?"
What you could do is you could get Ted to make you like
Rusty.
rust-colored graphics,
Oh yeah.
decals to put on there. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So no, that's about it. Now days are getting shorter. It was my first
Mhm.
week commuting, and it was kind of cool out.
Yeah.
Like wasn't it last week? It was hot as balls.
Yep.
Like, oh my
It's
God.
how it does. It just goes from being hot.
We had fake
cold.
fall a few years ago or a few weeks ago. And now it's actually like the forecast shows real fall.
So, do you think we're going to have a cold winter this year? I mean, we had such a mild winter last
I
year.
don't know. It varied. Like I was thinking today when Jess was going to work because I thought she went out and started the car. I'm like, it's not that cold because I have the phone. I can
Mhm.
start the car from my phone. And then I was like, oh my God. Like, I hope I don't have to commute when it's like 17 degrees. No, I would like
Let's
like
have
a
a mild fall until you get a car. How's that?
I would like a couple good snowfalls.
Yeah.
I also like that we didn't get snow at all and they didn't treat the roads.
didn't treat the roads. We didn't have the salt and all that nonsense and the
Right.
chemicals.
You know, we
all
live
over
in
the road.
this part of Maryland. And people that were like, "Oh, snow!" It's like, well, move somewhere else.
They prepare for it though, and they throw those chemicals all over the road whenever it's in the
Yeah.
forecast. And
So I liked our mild fall or our mild winter.
Mild
I
winter.
mountain
I'll take
biked
that
a
again.
lot last year, and I do look forward to like it's dark out now.
ooh, I'm just pre-reading some of your this or that's because we're getting ready to go there.
I thought too hard on those.
Very nice. You want to do this or that? So
Let's go to
dive
that
over there.
before I keep just
First item: spring fever or fall fever?
spring fever. I like fall fever.
Fall fever.
I'm usually pretty wrung out. Is that a weird?
No, I get it.
I'm exhausted by the time
Time
fall
fall rolls
comes. So I
around.
do look forward to the nice little breather.
You know, but with last year, with just talking about with it being so mild last year, and people stayed on their bikes outdoors.
Yeah, I know
stayed
we
busy
were.
all the time.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad, obviously, because you run a business. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Still, you get tired. Spring fever. Now, I didn't really get spring fever this year because it felt like we never really had like winter. So
yeah,
it was weirder in that I'm ready for fall this year, but it's usually the other way around. It's usually the other way. I'm usually very much done with winter by the time winter is done. I am hopping to go for spring weather. But this year, I'm just done with the heat and the
Oh, yeah.
humidity and it pouring the rain all the time. So fall fever for me. Second item: mid-ride trash finds or mid-ride tree food.
like prepackaged food that you see on the ground,
Okay, what's tree
Or-
food or like an apple?
or like you like pawpaws or apples or anything. Like, would you rather eat some like a prepackaged Jack Link's turkey,
Oh, I'm not eating anything, even if it's packaged.
Even if it's
like-
sealed up?
No,
Why
because
not?
because I grew up in the era of people putting razor blades in apples at Halloween. Maybe that's why I
God.
hate Halloween. And they were always putting drugs in the candy. You know, your parents would
Oh,
be
that's
like,
still a thing.
they were always doing something to the Halloween candy. So I don't trust anything that's packaged. No,
I
not
want
at
to
all.
start putting razor blades in apples as we go on the canal or something, or
Why would
pawpaws.
anybody do that? I mean, it's the urban myth. I don't think anybody really actually did that. But tree food, do we even have tree food around here? Like there's pears down,
Pears
at the end.
down on
Maryland
Maryland
Avenue.
Avenue. Yeah, we tried
Yeah.
to pick some a few weeks ago.
Yeah, did you get yelled at?
I didn't. Mike did.
Pears, he
Let someone else do it first.
did get yelled at.
No.
Oh, somebody else.
I think it's less. He's less likely to get yelled at than someone like me.
Yeah, because he's an old big man.
Old big man.
Yeah,
I'm in a
he's
fanny pack and a Hawaiian shirt and shorts.
I like the idea of tree food though.
Berries.
Yeah. Oh, berries. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't even associated like the raspberries and the wine
Yeah.
berries and the yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with tree food then. Tree food, absolutely. And you went with tree food too, right?
No, I'm gonna go with trash.
You're gonna go with trash food. Okay.
When I my first year at Boy Scout summer camp, I was afraid to use the bathroom and I kept eating all the berries.
That probably didn't end
I
well, did it?
definitely pooped my pants. I had to wait for someone to bring me clothes and
Oh, I have a Sheets bathroom story that's
is it
bizarre.
appropriate.
Yeah, it's appropriate. I was coming back from Pennsylvania. I stopped at a Sheets.
Of course.
And you know, it's
No rudders though.
It's business. It was Rudders across the street,
Oh.
but it was easier to get into the Sheets, or I would have gone to the Rudders.
Yeah.
And so this is like Jess's worst nightmare. I go into there's two stalls, and I go into the little one. The other one's occupied, and some dude, I guess, had lost his phone, and he comes into the bathroom.
You look
yelling.
underneath it.
Yeah, he's like yelling. No, he's yelling that I have his phone in the stall. He's yelling at me and peeking through the crack and sticking his hand underneath the thing, telling me to give him the phone. And I'm sitting there yelling at him while I'm sitting on the throne. I'm hollering at him, going, "No, dude, this is my phone. You need to stop." There was some profanity and interlaced and all of that, but
Should have recorded it.
you know what? I should have.
I would've just stared at him, like, creepily.
I should have, but it was creepy. It was a little
Dang.
disturbing.
That's awesome.
It was quite
I wish I was in the other stall.
quite the adventure. So, okay. Third item, this or that. Bike packing. Total shoe failure or total bag failure?
Oh, yeah,
That's
see.
a really good
Yeah.
question. Where you going?
I don't know. I brought this up because I was I've gotten really good at getting groceries on my bike.
Mhm.
Like instead of buying 2 cans of beans, I
Mhm.
bought one little bag of beans, which equals a crap ton of beans when you put them in water.
Mhm.
And like boil on. So I'm getting really good at packing, but I was like, my rack and bag were really heavy.
Mhm.
Like, what if all this falls apart up by
Mm.
Ace?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would probably rather go with a shoe failure.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
I'm
actually
trying to, because I was trying to figure out how to, like, what would happen if all this stuff just exploded.
You could pull a Lachlan Morton and just
Yeah.
grab some sandals.
I didn't even think about that.
Didn't he go to like what I can't remember. It was
Like
when he
a
was doing the
supermarket
Tour de France. He went and bought
Yeah.
like a kid's bike just for the pedals,
Oh yeah.
and then left the bike and said, somebody
yeah.
can have this, and then he just threw the pedals on his bike and grabbed some sandals and finished the Tour de
Yeah.
France wearing sandals and flats. So, yeah, a shoe failure, a little easier I think to overcome than a bag
I
failure.
think so.
A bag
Maybe you never
failure.
know though.
Yeah, I guess you could always just go
They're
buy a
doing
big
like
back-
Tour Divide in your middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Or you could have both.
Ooh, both. No, I definitely shoe failure for me. Shoe failure for you?
Yeah, shoe failure.
Okay.
Shoe fly.
Daylight savings time, spring or fall?
Yeah, which one do you like more?
I like when the days get longer. So that's spring,
The
right?
nights get shorter.
When the nights get shorter and the days get longer. No, I don't like it when the nights get shorter. I like it when the days get longer.
Uh-huh.
I like being able
MBFO.
to see. The darkness. I think I get real. That mid December when it's like 5 o'clock and it's dark out. I can't stand that. I can't stand that at all. About you?
It's tough. Like I do get excited when like this time, like it's somehow fall.
You do like the dark time?
Sometimes, like it doesn't stop me from riding my bike.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just kind of cozy.
Okay.
I made white
Well, it
chicken
is-
chili today, which I thought sucked. But-
I enjoyed it.
Which you're gonna have on a cooler day. It's 7:30. I can how much it sucks to go to bed 8 o'clock in summertime and it's still bright outside.
That's true. That's true.
I think
'cause
I might go fall. I think
y'all-
because I get excited for fall.
y'all keep those schedules. You and Jess are both very, very good at keeping your schedules the same no matter what time of the year. So I can understand where, dark time earlier is probably a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like you do. It's like nesting in the fall and through the winter. And then,
There's nothing bad about the. I don't look at the winter as bad as I used to.
Yeah.
Like if you learn how to dress right and do stuff right, and maybe we have a harsh winter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you can enjoy the wintertime. I like riding my mountain bike in the winter because you can see around the corners.
I am. I am kind of excited to get that wheel put back together, to get the mountain bike put back together. I would like to actually go out and spend some time in the woods.
In the woods, playing in the woods.
Yeah. All right. You want to shut this thing down?
No.
Oh, you want to keep going? Oh, you
Still are advertising at the end now.
you. Well, we don't have any, so let's not do that. Let us. It is about time. Let us shut it down for the week. Thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you've enjoyed the podcast, be like Daryl and buy a T-shirt. That's the best thing to do. Daryl bought a T-shirt. Thank you, Daryl, for buying a T-shirt.
Which one?
The Do Good. The Do Good. I think those are the ones I have left. I think I probably have a few of the.
Maybe I'll sell some worn
Gravel
shirts.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sell something.
Double the price.
That would be a great thing to do. Somebody could buy some of your
Pre-worn
random wheels.
GTD shirt.
Yeah, and also I've got a whole bunch of bags. You could buy my bags. How
We
can
should
folks-
have a web store for that stuff.
It's not a bad idea. It's called eBay.
No, like our recycled gear.
You know that people are selling like random used stuff on Etsy now? I thought Etsy was all for like the crafty.
You could buy people's bath water on the internet now. Like anything is possible.
but through Etsy?
Probably.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm old school and I went to eBay. I
I
listed
don't
a
have a
bunch of
Cricut.
stuff.
I don't make stuff.
How can folks get in touch with us, Joey?
GravelTravelDirt.com. Get your dial up and look on our Instagram. Mid-Atlantic GTD. That's it.
I think I posted a picture on
Did.
Mid-Atlantic.
And it went to
GTD.
Chesapeake Angler.
I don't understand that. I have too many.
You got them all
linked together. It felt stupid. Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt is recorded this week from right back here in Blake's kitchen, who is such a good boy now. He is podcast
Well,
mature.
no, because Jess isn't down here.
Is that what it is?
She won't listen to this, but you can't tell her either.
Okay, I won't tell her that. Thanks, everybody.
Blake is a different dog with me.
Well, he's such a good dog. He's like just laying underneath here.
We spend a whole day at work with me.
I've been scratching the back of his head with my foot so he's gonna smell like my
Yeah,
feet.
now he can't. Now he can't lay in our bed. Anyway, sorry.
Thanks, everybody, for riding along. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
Pay us. Bye.
Love you, bye.